Do I see cacti back there behind you? What do we have in this one?
So in this display, we have cacti in the background, bromeliads. We have some beautiful hydrangeas in the forefront. So it's quite an array of plant material to really suit anybody's fancy of what their favorite plants are. There will be, through the course of the flower show, which is starts Thursday and it goes until April 4th. There will be activations on the weekends. All of the information is on Bachmans.com. And it is really a family-friendly event. People will get a little passport that they can go to the different displays, get a little sticker, and then there will be a little fun opportunity at the end. And it's just great for all family members to come. In a typical flower show, we always do have a little kind of hide and seek point. So there will be some little elephants that are hidden within the garden. So you have to come with a little bit of a I spy mentality to come and look in the gardens.
Susie, do you need tickets? So do you need to make reservations?
So the 11 gardens are completely free, and it's during regular store hours. Some of the events do require a ticket, and all of that information is on Bachmans.com. But the main stage of the floral gardens is free for everyone.
And Susie, I understand there's a bit of a circus theme this year. How did you land on that one?
So it is. So it's a circus carnival, old world carnival theme. And a group of our team members came and ideated a bunch of themes looking at current trends. And we decided on that one. We just have such a talented team, about 20 different designers, landscape designers, visual merchandisers, merchants, our marketing department all came together to put this together. And so creative. It will amaze.
All right. Well, as Beret said, you couldn't come up with a better time to do it. All right. Susie, thank you.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you at Cirque du Fleur.
That looks fun. Looks very fun. Got to get out there. Target has been facing a boycott by customers for many months.
We're going to tell you why national leaders of the movement say it's over, while locally people say not so fast. And we're getting some advice on helping kids who find changes to their routine stressful actually have a successful spring break.
Good Thursday morning, 9:33, alongside Susan Elizabeth and Joseph, who has been just busy.
He's just been working so hard this week.
There's been a lot going on.
And there's more to come.
Yeah. And there's more to come. We have an expert alert in place. You can kind of see everything going on around us. That is for tonight. Later today, we're expecting some heavy snow up north. And the wind around here is going to get very aggressive. I have wind gusting about 50 to 60 miles per hour later tonight. And this is just one system that's passing by before we get to the weekend. The bigger story, I think, is going to be our weekend snowstorm. And we'll discuss those details coming up at 9:48.
Thank you, Joseph. National activists say the boycott on Target has come to a close after many demands were met. But some local activists say that's not enough. In Washington, D.C., Reverend Jamal Bryant declared that the year-long boycott against Target is over after the Minnesota-based company walked back some of its diversity policies. But local activists say they were the ones who launched the nationwide boycott, and they don't feel that there's been a change.
What we have just learned today is that Target has said they have not made a single concession, they have not made a single demand or change to their policies, and they are staying the course on their plan to continue to deny diversity and equity inclusion in this company.
A spokesperson for the national protest confirmed that Target made no commitments or reversals, but Reverend Bryant in D.C. is satisfied that Target remains committed to DEI. That's according to USA Today. On the boycott, Target told us in a statement they are, quote, pleased to be moving forward, and said they will continue showing up as trusted neighbors. Meanwhile, some local activists are calling on supporters to double down and hold the company accountable, saying the boycott continues.
Opening today in Plymouth, Coburn's Market and Table. It's a new concept for Coburn's. There's a grocery store and restaurants in that same building. You can eat at the food. You can eat the food in the dining area, rather, or grab and go. The Buttered Tin by Cupcake Wars winner Alicia Heinze will be selling bakery items there as well, along with breakfast and lunch. The Global Table by David Fema will be offering 3 fast casual concepts. They've got Italian, Mexican, and burgers. Coburn's Market and Table is near 494 and Bass Lake Road in Plymouth. Minnesotans with service animals say they've been denied rides on Lyft in the past.
Now a new settlement with the rideshare company ensures that should not happen again. The Minnesota Department of Human Rights says that drivers can be deactivated from the app if they violate the policy and don't pick up people who have service animals.
And this case is a deeply personal thing to me because I travel pretty much everywhere with my guide dog. He is my eyes, he is my freedom, and he is why I am able to live independently. And I'm hoping that these changes will help myself, but also help the other service dog handlers in the state.
This was settled out of court and allows the Department of Human Rights to monitor compliance for 3 years. In a statement, Lyft said, in part, the commitments reflected in the agreement reaffirm the robust practices Lyft already had in place to help ensure drivers so that riders who rely on service animals are treated with respect that they deserve.
Community members are banding together to save a nearly 140-year-old landmark.
Yeah, this is really neat. St. Hubert Church was built in 1887 and held church services until the 1970s. Paula Akins is the president of the Chanhassen Historical Society. She says that she learned about plans to demolish the church last fall. Akins says that a petition started 2 weeks ago and she's received 1,200 different signatures to try and save the church.
We feel that if they tear it down, there's a lot of people that are going to be upset and they're going to say they didn't know.
St. Hubert Church leaders say that they plan to demolish the church, but leaders say they are still open to renovation if community members raise enough funds and the use of the building is consistent with Catholic Church teachings.
Well, for many kids, spring break is a fun week away from school, but for some neurodiverse kids, it can bring stress and anxiety. We've got Lizzie Fries here, Associate Director of Therapy Services at Franklin Center. Thanks for being here this morning, Lizzie.
Happy to be here.
Yes, welcome. We're so glad you're here with us. And I was just talking to a friend about this last week, saying after vacation, after we disrupt schedule, it's really hard for some of the kids to come down, right?
Yeah, it really is. I think, you know, it depends on the kiddo, but oftentimes when routines shift, the world feels really unpredictable. And in those moments, it's really important that we're showing them that predictability. Those routines equal safety to these kiddos, and when that shifts, their roadmap, so to speak, is lost. And so that can cause anxiety, and that can lead to potential behavioral challenges or sensory overload.
Yeah, so what can parents do to kind of make it fun instead of stressful?
Yeah, I think the first step is really managing their own expectations. It's not booking that amazing tropical vacation. I think parents put a lot of pressure on themselves to make things really perfect and magical, and that causes overscheduling and over-planning. And when that happens, that can be stressful for the whole family. Kids are really our emotional little mirrors. They not only see our stress, they feel it, they absorb it, and then they reflect that back to us through their behaviors. And so it's important that we model a really calm demeanor for them and create a really stress-free environment.
And I know you and your team are experts in this area. So for people who aren't familiar with the Franklin Center, explain that.
Yeah, Franklin Center is a K-12 school, a therapy clinic, and an adult program. And we really specialize in creating an individualized and holistic learning environment for our neurodivergent kids and young adults.
Okay. And of course, we've got spring break coming up. For parents who are at home listening to this thinking, oh, my child, this sounds like my child, breaking routine is hard for them. What are ways that you can make breaking routine a little more agreeable for a kid like that?
Yeah, I think success starts with predictability. We want to proactively decrease anxiety by giving them a preview of what to expect. So if you're taking a trip and you're flying somewhere, a lot of airlines actually have programs that you can practice getting on a real plane and seeing and feeling what that's like.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so nice before that big day to really feel it out and see what it's like. I think another thing that's really important is keeping those familiar points the same. So if your kiddo wakes up every morning at 7 a.m. and has their favorite cereal, do that in a hotel or at grandma and grandpa's or at home. Those familiar points really tell their nervous system, oh, I know this, I'm okay.
Okay, these are really good tips and resources for anyone at home. Where are some resources they can get on this?
Yeah, we have a spring break guide on our website, franklinmn.org, with a lot of just different tools, tips, and advice to really hopefully help spring break be really successful and happy.
Well, I think it will be thanks to this good advice.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Lizzie. And we'll also have a link to the Franklin Center website when we post this segment online at WCCO.com.
Earlier, we told you about a survey showing March came in towards the bottom of the favorite months list. October is the most favorable month. We wanted to get your feedback, though.
So Lisa says my favorites are April and May because the weather is warming, but it's before it gets really hot in the summer months. That and my birthday is in April.
Happy early birthday. Tyler says that March, April, May, August, September, October, and November. Okay, that's all a list.
Yeah.
Cooler months with the higher 70s or lower 60s. Okay, so I like that kind of in between temp wise.
And Angela says I love September and October. The temperature and the fall colors make it a beautiful time of year. We used to vacation on the North Shore this time of year. Oh, I bet that was lovely. Thanks for your feedback. St. Patrick's Day is filled with traditions. Of course, that includes food.
So we are heading into the CCO kitchen to check out a delicious Irish dish. And this is different. We're not talking about the typical here. We're mixing it up here. We'll show you how you can make it at home yourself.
St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, so why not make some festive dishes at home?
Tina Anderson with Anoka Meat and Sausage is here with us.
Hi, guys.
Hi. I love it. You're ready for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
So this spread is fascinating to me because I always think of, corned beef, cabbage.
Yeah.
But you are going in a different direction.
Yeah, I thought we'd try something new this year. We do have corned beef in our shop at Anoka Meat and Sausage, and we love corned beef and cabbage, but we wanted to put a fun twist on it this year. Yeah. And we're going to do a soda bread crusted pork chop with Colcannon potatoes, and I'll explain what that is in just a second, with a Irish whiskey sauce just to kind of dip it in or glaze your pork chops with as you eat them.
Yum.
So delicious.
Okay.
So yes, corned beef is on sale in our shop this weekend for $6.99 a pound. It's a really good deal. But so are pork chops.
Okay, and you've got some huge ones.
Yes. And what you want to do is have your butcher, if you can, French them for you.
Okay.
And that's just peeling the meat back around the bone. And they're salt and peppered right now. And what I'm going to do is add I have the soda breadcrumbs right here already done. And I'm just going to add in the ingredients we want for that.
Beautiful.
We have some shallot.
Okay.
Great flavor. See some fresh herbs there.
Yeah. We have some fresh thyme. We got a teaspoon of thyme here. And we were just talking about mustard, so I've got mustard and garlic here.
Okay. That adds some
Dump
depth
that in.
to it.
Yeah. Yep. And we need a little flour just to kind of bind this together.
Okay.
And I'm going to stir that all together. And I'm just going to grab my spoon.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. And this is the breading that will go around the pork
this
chop.
is where we're going to dip the pork chop in an egg wash, and then we're going to fry it in butter for a few minutes. And then those will go right, the cast iron will go right in the oven. Okay. And in 20 minutes, we have delicious pork chops.
So we dip that. Can you show us how we dip that?
That's what we're going to do right now.
Fabulous.
I'm going to take one of these pork chops. I'm just going to do it in the egg wash.
Wet first, then the dry.
Yep, then the dry. And my fingers are going to get a little dirty here, but that's okay. We're just going to get it nice and coated.
And then you have the butter and I noticed
all the good
iron
stuff.
skillet.
Yep, cast iron skillet.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Another big part of this meal is the mashed potatoes.
I've got
We gotta
to
talk
hear about the
those.
mashed potatoes.
Okay, so those are
this is
probably
fascinating.
one of my very, very favorite things. They're called cannon potatoes. Right here I've got a little cream simmering with some cabbage and some green onions. So after you make your mashed potatoes, you want about 2.5 pounds of mashed potatoes. Boil them, mash them, add your cream, add your butter. And all these recipes will be on my website this afternoon too after we're all done, so you can get these. You're going to mix in the cream with the onions and the cabbage. So the cabbage and the green spring onion.
Love that.
Really make it
it's different.
Yeah.
Mix it up a little bit.
Make it kind of freshens up.
Yeah.
And
Gives
in
it a little
Anoka
burst.
this weekend, we have, it's called Get Lucky in Anoka.
Okay.
And so anybody who is in the mood to travel to Anoka this weekend, there's lots of fun stuff to do downtown with shopping and prizes.
Oh,
so
fun.
Great.
yes, you can stop in and see us as well.
Yeah.
And
Any tips?
Get your pork chops.
Yes,
yes,
get your pork chops.
get your pork
Or your
chops.
corned beef. And do you have any tips for that? Because corned beef can be tough.
Yes, the best way to do corned beef is in the crock pot. So I have a website, a recipe on my website for that as well.
Okay.
And it's so easy to do with just potatoes, cabbage, and onions. And if you want to throw in some parsnips,
Beautiful.
it's like 4 hours. The seasonings already come in the package with the corned beef.
There you
Wonderful.
And it's deliciously moist.
Good deal. Well, thank you. We'll
so
be back in just a
much.
few.
Yes.
Got to check in with our guy Joseph. It smells good over here, Joseph.
Well, now all I have is going. First of all, the cast iron looks great. The food looks great overall.
So
Have
good.
some of
And it
these
smells
And it's so
good.
awesome.
mashed
I know. These are the mashed potatoes.
How
We'll
do you
take
say
a little.
Kilcannon?
There we go.
Kilcannon.
There we go.
You're always great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tina, for being
Excellent.
here. Hey, up next, Minnesotan bringing home a gold medal from the Paralympics. Our coverage continues at 10 a.m. on our streaming service, CBS News Minnesota.
We want to check in now with Maria Lizignoli, who is at the live desk.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So we have new information this morning about a group of students, educators, and community members gathered on the Capitol steps to demand action on school safety. Their call for a weapons ban and immediate action from legislators. Plus, right now in St. Paul, a legal fight is unfolding between the state of Minnesota and the federal government. State leaders are asking for a temporary restraining order to block the withholding of about $243 million in Medicaid payments. We'll tell you what we know so far and who's set to speak in court. Plus, more snow's on the way. Meteorologist Joseph Dames is joining me to go over how long the flurries will last. That's next at the live desk on our free streaming channel, CBS News Minnesota and YouTube Live.
Thank you, Maria. Another gold medalist is coming back to Minnesota, this time from the Paralympics.
Sydney Peterson won gold in the women's 10K para cross country ski race. It's her second medal of this year's game, her 5th overall. She's originally from Lake Elmo and actually went to the same high school as Olympian Jessie Diggins.
That's so cool.
Something in Lake Elmo, I think.
And Joseph, she might have some
connection.
fresh snow to come home to.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, we have snow in the forecast maybe later tonight, definitely up north, but we're watching this weekend for a heavier snowfall, which I think would arrive late Saturday into Sunday. That's why we have a couple possible alerts. Hey, Adam's here at noon. We'll have updates later today. Get ready for wind and get ready for some snow up north, okay?
Okay.
Be safe
And then
out
snow
there.
for all of us this weekend, it sounds like.
Have a great morning. Local news continues on our streaming service, CBS News Minnesota.